Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to show you guys my process when it comes to designing a logo, and I've got a brief for a tech company called Technova, and it's a brief generated by ChatGPT. It's not a real company. Company? Huh? What? It's not a real company, but I thought it would be good to just practice and see how fast I can create a logo in just about an hour. I'm doing a lot of this, aren't I? Anywho, disclaimer, I would normally spend much longer doing a logo. This is just a speed run, to be honest. You can call this logo speed runs. I'll think about that. But yeah, let's get into it. Now, I've got a random brief from ChatGPT. Let's close that so it's not too distracting. I said, I want you to write a brand identity brief for a technology company. Include the following details: company name, description of the company, brand persona, target audience, vision statement, and tagline. Now, give me examples of competing companies, and also give me an example imagery for inspiration. ChatGPT is really good because it's really just opened up the possibilities of creating briefs for yourself. So if you're a designer and you want to get into logo design and you want some practice, ChatGPT is free. The free version, you just use a prompt like this. Maybe I'll put a template in the description or something so you can create briefs for your own. You just change the industry, add a little bit of flair, and then it gives you this. So it says a brand identity design brief for Technova Solutions. That's quite a good name, to be honest. So Technova Solutions. I'm already getting images in my head for this. Technova Solutions is a cutting-edge company that specializes in developing innovative software solutions for businesses of all sizes. Our services include custom software development, cloud computing solutions, and AI-driven analytics. We pride ourselves in delivering high-quality, scalable, and secure technology solutions that drive business growth and efficiency. So reading this, I'm like, okay, from the top level, I'm not really going to go deeper into this. There's a persona and everything, but I don't have that much time. I might chuck this in my Black design community, see what people come up with. But, it's giving me a vision statement to empower businesses worldwide by delivering innovative and reliable technology solutions that drive progress and unlock new possibilities. I do like this part where it talks about unlocking new possibilities. It's got a tagline: unleashing innovation, empowering success. So the things that have stood out for me here are it's being secure. So that gives me images of like shapes that are used for security. AI is quite interesting, but you've got the analytics part here too, which could be quite interesting to play with. And scalable and business growth and efficiency. Those main things kind of stand out to me. So what I'm going to do is that first I'm going to get some visual research done and get some imagery, some things that might be spark some inspiration for this. I'm thinking like, okay, first I'm thinking like a supernova. So let's go to Google Images and see what happens. Oh, actually, one place I like to go to is maybe on Splash, because you can get some really interesting images here. That's already quite interesting. So I'm going to take this and copy it over. So I'm going to chuck it inside my mood board right here. See if it goes in. That's pretty cool. So you've got like the galaxy right here. So I'm going to type in, I don't know, supernova. What comes up here? Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? Okay, you got stuff like this, like something bursting. A supernova. Let's look at the definition of supernova. Define supernova. A supernova is a star that suddenly increases greatly in brightness because of a catastrophic explosion that ejects most of its mass. So you think of things bursting out in different directions. So I'm just going to go to Google Images as well and type in supernova right here. And the things that we're going to come, this is just basic stuff. Like I would normally go further than this, but I don't have much time. So I'm just going to look at imagery that's really, well, that's pretty cool. It reminds me of Final Fantasy. The summon, separate summon. It's like meteor or something, or whatever it is. Ooh, I quite like the black hole thing. Okay, look at that. Okay, I like that. It's kind of curving in on itself. I really like that. Okay, that could be quite interesting. Let's keep going. Supernova. Let's keep So I'm gonna keep doing some research here, and maybe I'll fast forward from here on. All right, so I've got a few images here, just a small collection of things, and I'm looking along the lines of having something that's has kind of a double meaning to it. So over here you can see that I've gotten images of like the Big Bang right here, and we've also got the imagery of the supernovas right here. So I like the way that this has like a shape in it, and like the stars, that's quite detailed. And also I'm thinking about the idea of growth. So growth being the easiest way to communicate growth is using like a tree, for example, or a plant. I think a dandelion has a similar shape to a supernova. So I might go in that direction, but it might also double as the look of a tree. So it might look like a giant dandelion, to be honest. And also you've got shapes like this. So the AI part of things, when it comes to artificial intelligence, you see a lot of squares, and the square is also a very secure shape. So the main shape that you're probably going to see in this logo might be a square. Okay, so let's export this and jump onto Illustrator and see what happens. I've got maybe another 45 minutes. I gotta go on with some other stuff, but let's see how it goes. See how this logo concept goes, and I'll do a time lapse from here, I guess. All right, so it's getting kind of dark, isn't it? Anyway, so I've kind of stumbled on the idea here that I'm kind of liking. It looks similar to the daffodil shape. It looks a bit like a tree. But also it looks like the fragments in data. So I want to see if I can kind of take this and make it a lot more simple. Logos need to be simple, and the thing that I'm not really happy with over here is the fact that it looks too detailed. So when you reduce the size of it, when you make it really small, it will be, especially if you want to do embroidery and stuff like that, it's not really going to work that well. So I want to see how simple I can make this. So I'm going to try a few things, see where it goes, and then we'll come back to it. Okay, so I'm quite liking this. It's gotten really dark. I need to put the light on, so give me one moment. Where's my light? So I've got a shape here that I really like. It looks a bit like a firework. Looks a bit like stars going out a little bit. The circles over here are like, you know, at the end of like the data points when it comes to like an AI image. And I've got like a square here as well. It looks quite a secure shape. It's got little bits of geometry in it. So I do like where this is going. So what I'm gonna do next is, I've got about 20 more minutes. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm going to see some typography, get some fonts, type it all out, and try and get put it together as like a layout and create some versions of it, like an icon version, a word mark version, and obviously a primary version. So let's do that. I'll do a time lapse here so you don't have to watch me do this all day. So what I'm not really feeling is the way this E bends. So what I'm gonna do with the text, and this is what I normally do when it comes to like typography, I tend not to use the font that as it is sometimes. Sometimes I like to adapt the font and then change it up and make it suit what I'm trying to do. So what I might do is I might actually remove this part. I'm gonna fiddle with that E and see how that looks inside here too. And that might look good, but I like this font, so I'm gonna stick with it. Yeah, so let's keep going. Now, here we are, something that looks pretty solid. I ain't too mad at it. I ain't too mad at this. I think it's pretty good, if I say so myself. For like under an hour's work, I think this is pretty decent. So you can see here that you've got the I've removed the stem from underneath it because I felt like it threw it off a little bit, and when it was on top of this, it didn't look right. Oh, there is one more version I should put, which is this. So I'm just gonna do it right here live. So I'm gonna take this, and then I'm going to create the horizontal version as well. So with logos, you tend to need minimum 3 versions of a logo. So you need the primary one, which is like the stacked one most of the time. Then you need the horizontal one, which is what I'm making at the moment. If you just give me a second, let me just do this to balance it out a little bit. I don't want to spend the whole day on this, so I'm just gonna do it real quick. Reduce the size a little bit here. Cool. So you got that. You got the horizontal version, which I'm going to put up here. Group these, and then there we go. Then you got the word mark version here. I even created 4 versions. So normally you have the stacked version, horizontal version, word mark version, and the icon. Not everyone has a combined word mark version of this. I'm calling it the word mark. It might be the combination mark or whatever it's called. But this one is generally if you just want the text and the image to be combined. Sometimes I like to do that with my logos. And then you have the icon version, which will most likely go on like an app, for example, or it could go on like the top of a browser, or a tag on some merchandise and stuff like that. So there you have it. You got like quite a few logos here, and I quite like them. Quite like where they've gone. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take all this and add some colors. I'm going to show you a quick hack to find some colors. And this is, if you don't have much time, I'll do much more. For a real client, I'll do a lot more research, a lot more deeper meaning into the look of the colors and the functionality of the colors. But I don't have that much time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the images that I really, really like. And I'm going to take, and I'm going to try and create a color scheme from it. So if I go to color.adobe.com, and I'm going to go to Google Supernova and go to images. So you've got like, you can take an image here, and the reason I like this is because I'm doing this is because there's lots of colors in a supernova. So I want to take this. Let's save the image. I'm going to drag it into my my references right here, and then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take the image and I'm going to upload it to extract the colors from it, and then you're going to see something that's really, really amazing. So what Adobe Color has done is that, and I'm not being sponsored by this by the way, but it's basically extracted the colors from the image. And if you want it to be colorful, it's like that. If you want it to be bright, you can pick muted could work. You can pick deep could really work. You can pick dark, you can pick none. So what I'm going to do is that I'm actually going to take this one, and I want to get more of, something along those lines up here. And I do like the darks here. So I'm going to now go to the color wheel, and now this being my main color, I can adjust it now because I want it to be a bit more green. So I'm going to go here, and I want to get to the RGB of this. So okay, G, it's right there. All right, cool. So let's decrease the blue here, increase the green here. Now I have this kind of color here that's quite cool, and I'm going to make it a bit brighter here. All right, so you can go up here and be like, oh, I want to find complementary colors. So go here and you can be like monochromatic. You can find the dark versions of the color. You can go to triad to find the opposing colors, and you can also go to complementary, which will find you the complementary colors. Pretty cool, right? So but I'm a bit concerned about the color here actually. I'm going to change my mind and go more blue because I'm concerned about the accessibility of things. So I'm going to go here and do a quick I might do an accessibility test here, but let's go triad here. All right, so I'm gonna have to fiddle with the colors a bit more, and I'm gonna time lapse this. But yeah, so I'm gonna do a bit of a jump cut here, and gonna put this together with some mock-ups and everything so that I'm not taking too much of your time. And you're gonna see the final version of the logo in the next scene. So I'm gonna fast forward and see you right there. So here we have it. the logo for Technova Solutions, the imaginary technology software company that does AI and all of that. I don't know, this doesn't exist, so I didn't spend too much time on this. I quite like it. And, you know, I like the colors, I like the way I've been creative with the text and stuff, and you know, these mock-ups will just kind of show you what the possibilities are when you dig deeper and look beyond just the picture. So I hope you like that. That was a nice little challenge for myself. I took a little bit over an hour to create it, but I'm quite happy with the results, and I'm gonna continue doing this in future videos. So if you want to see more of what I do with logo design, hit subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss a new video. And I'll see you on the next one in a bit.